We got our one, Easton. We need one of those Johns.
Oh, at least.
Every day we get one. And we got our one for the day. Well, it was last year too. Felt like that was a thing. That was
For me?
like the Easton thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You have a yawn. You have one big yawn in you.
It's gone. Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see if it happens again. We got one.
We'll see.
Yeah, he got it out of his system. He's like, oh, I didn't realize that.
I'm feeling it.
Did you guys realize that about him?
No.
Nobody noticed it before? Nathaniel noticed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are some other ways, just so you're like not wondering, like, am I asking you to do something new? dy dx stands for delta x and delta y. In science, what does delta mean? Change. So this is the change in y over the change in x. That's something you're gonna, yeah. I'm just telling you, this is one way I could ask you to do it. We're not doing anything different than yesterday. I'm just telling you, hey, if I say this, that's the derivative. That's the slope of the tangent. That's what that means. We also call this y prime or f prime of x. That's like a shorthand way of writing the derivative. I already showed you this is like the one way of writing with delta x, and here's another way writing with other variables. Do those make sense to you? Do you want me to talk about any of those? Yes.
The derivative is just basically saying the slope of the tangent line.
Yep. Do you need me to explain any of the other ones? I did this one. We've talked about this one. Do you need me to talk about that one? On this one, instead of x and adding a little bit beyond x, you have a point x, f of x, and then we have a brand new point, a, f of a. And it's the slope formula. The thing that, why I don't use this one a whole lot is because this would only work at one specific value. You'd have to plug in an exact point, and we're gonna learn in a minute that if you use this one or this one, you can find it in general for the whole curve. You get like a formula for the slope, and then you can plug in as many points as you want to find them. So that would be the advantage of the top two. Capiche? Capiche. Okay, let's see. Let's put on our thinking hats. Who remembers what I told you yesterday? What's the answer to this question? If I asked you to use the definition of the derivative, I will say you don't need to do all of that. It's 4. Okay. Why?
Because it's
Because the slope of a line is always going to be the same throughout the whole line. It's always 4. Now, you're not writing this down. Are you ready?
not that, or
No, you're writing this.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how using the definition of the derivative is for a second, and you're just watching. Can you do that?
Yeah.
And ask me a question.
I'm watching.
Okay. So if I went back to, I'll use this one. And I'm going to find the slope by doing f of x plus h minus f of x over h, right? Okay, so this is just function notation. I asked you to do some of this on your summer assignment. So the way I would write f of x plus h is it would just be 4 parentheses x plus h. Agreed?
Yeah.
Minus 4x. That's my f of x. Agreed? All over h. Okay, I'm just using the formula. Now, you can't evaluate this limit because what would happen if you put in a 0 for h? You'd have it's going to end up being a 0 over 0. But let's see if we can simplify this. If I distributed this, wouldn't I get 4x plus 4h? Okay. Minus 4x over h. Tell me what happens next.
X's are out of there.
These are gone. What else?
H is cancel.
Woo, yay! H is cancel. What am I left with?
Or.
Which is what we,
Oh my gosh.
Boom.
all right, so now, unfortunately, it's not that easy for other functions. What? What? Kendrick, you're not allowed to ask questions. All right, so join the class. That's what I'll say. Join the class.
These two
Then
are
I'll-
embarrassing.
Kendrick, I'm just giving you a hard time.
You just record it for Kendrick every day. Oh, God.
And then you just-
If you go on my YouTube channel, I do have everyday recorded.
What? And then you just
Do you
take
ever
a
do
plug.
vlogs on YouTube?
Vlog?
Ooh, I would
Math
love to
vlog.
watch those.
What? I don't even know how to do that. All right, back to the story.
Do you write this down now?
Yep, now we're writing this down.
Hey.
Now, unfortunately, I'm not unfortunately. You might think unfortunately. Most of the things that we're going to do are going to have more work required. What I will tell students is most of the mistakes they do in this kind of stuff is algebra mistakes. It's not calculus mistakes. So they forget things. Like most often people will like get all bogged down with this. It's going to happen to some of you in about 2 minutes. They're going to get all bogged down with this and they're going to forget you have to subtract off f of x on the back. So I like to do this on the side. I like to write down what my f of x plus h is on the side so that I have a spot for that. I like to write down what my f of x is on the side so I don't forget to put those both back into the problem. Okay, so we're not going to do any expanding yet. We're going to just rewrite f of x plus h. That means you're going to take out the x's and you're going to replace them with x plus h. That would give me parentheses x plus h squared, right? Instead of x squared, plus 2 parentheses x plus h plus 1. Does that make sense? Do you see that what I did there?
Yeah.
Just function notation. Now, this is just the function x squared plus 2x plus 1. All right, next, if there's any work to be done, like any expanding, we're going to do it. And this one, we're going to be doing expanding on x plus h. Please do not tell me that's x squared plus h squared, or I'll throw things at you.
Stone cats.
Yeah, it's cringy.
Probably a hard R, but only like 7 minutes.
What?
What?
What's x plus h squared?
We're talking about kid
X plus H times X.
Miss County.
It's x plus h times x plus h.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it in our heads. X squared, x plus h times x plus h, plus 2xh. If you don't like not doing it in your head, then do it the long way. I'm doing it in my head. Plus h squared. That's what I get when I multiply x plus h times x plus h. Can we distribute this?
We can.
We can. Plus 2x plus 2h plus 1. This is what I'm saying. This is why you get bogged down with
There's
details.
Too many letters.
Okay, let's simplify some things. Let's see if we can.
We can.
Nope, we can't. All right, let's plug it in now. So we're going to do the limit as h goes to 0. Some of these things are going to cancel in a moment. And we're going to write down for f of x plus h, that whole thing. Okay, that's f of x plus h. Minus f of x. So we're going to write minus, and we're going to parenthesize. Let's make that up. X squared plus 2x plus 1. You didn't like that?
What?
Didn't notice.
I made up a word. All right, so then we're going to put it all over h.
Jeez.
Oh, the H is canceled.
They are going to in a sec. Well,
What?
things are going to cancel.
Just H.
I'm about to see magic. I'm ready for this magic to happen.
I don't know.
Are you done writing it down?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Let's not forget that when I'm going to subtract all the things in there. Tell me something that cancels.
X squared.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Something else.
2x.
2x.
The 1.
1.
Okay, so what's gonna always happen is things are gonna cancel, and then we're gonna simplify, and we're gonna be able to remove the h on the bottom. If you can't, then you did something wrong.
I got like 2h
2xh plus h
Yeah.
squared
plus 2h.
plus 2h, sorry.
Is that right, Richard?
Mm-hmm. All right, now what?
H is canceled.
Divide everything by h. 2x, I still have a plus h, plus 2.
Yeah.
All right, what is the limit as h goes to 0? Now can you put 0 in for h?
Yeah.
Yes. The function goes to 2x plus 2. Okay. That is not the tangent line. That is a formula that is going to allow you to find the what, Carolyn? I'm calling on you because you know this. This is, I just found the derivative. So I just found a formula that's going to allow me to find the what? The slope. So this formula is what we call the derivative. The derivative is 2x plus 2, and it generates the slope at any point on this curve. What do you have to do to find the slope? Well, you just have to plug in the point. Did I give you a specific point in this problem?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
-3.
Okay, so the way I'd write that is, let's find the slope at -3. And what's the 4? That's just the y value. I'll talk about where we put that in a second. I'm just plugging -3 in to figure out what the slope is. I get -6 plus 2, which is -4. What did I just find? The slope
Line at that
of the curve. If I would graph the curve, we're going to do that in a second. And I drew a little tangent line on there, like yesterday Sage drew a little tangent line, and I said, what is the slope? Instead of estimating, we can find it now. We can find what it is. And so at that specific point, the slope is -4, okay? Now, do I want to do this first or second? No, I'll do it second. If I know the slope of a line and I know the point, what have I taught you about how you write the equation for that line? Point slope form.
It's all going to
That's scary.
It is a little scary and it is a lot of work. But remember, we're going to be doing this a lot of times. This is first semester. All right, help me out. Where was the point again? -3, 4, and this is my slope, okay? Y minus 4 equals -4 times x plus 3. Okay. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, get your calculator out.
I don't know what you can
Oh, so that's what you got the 4.
The 4 was a different problem. The 4 was the other problem.
What I would like you to do right now, will you graph on your y1, would you put x squared plus 2x plus 1? You're gonna see your crappy calculator. Oh gosh, I plan to get through a lot of things today. Oh no, I didn't. That's 3, 3. Good. We're done after this. All right.
Go.
Zoom 6. This is so exciting, guys. So exciting. All right. Now, are you with me?
Yeah.
Let's get to the point -3, 4. To do that, we're going to go trace and we're going to hit -3. Okay. So, do you see that if I were to draw a tangent line, okay, I'm just doing it with my pen right now, it would have a negative slope. The slope would have an exact value of -4. Now, we're going to be able to graph the tangent line. Are you ready? In our Y2, we're going to put this in, but we got to move that 4 to the other side. Don't do any work besides that. -4 parentheses x plus 3 plus 4, right? If I moved that to the other side.
Yeah.
Graph.
No way.
What?
Why?
Stop, this is fun.
I know!
It's like a puzzle.
All right, I'm gonna zoom in just because it's fun.
I don't know why, like, why we need to know, but it's fun.
It's cool. It means stuff. What did I say it was? -3? Zoom in. I just zoomed in a little bit, okay? What do you guys think about that? Do you think you could do it? Let's try.